Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we will be going over trig derivatives and inverse trig derivatives. So we are just going to start with our normal trig derivatives and then move on to the inverse ones. So starting off with sine of x, the derivative of sine of x is cosine of x, and the derivative of cosine of x is negative sine of x. Moving on to tangent, the derivative of tangent is secant squared x. So now that we have our normal three, we are going to go over the reciprocal ones. So the derivative of cosecant x is negative cosecant x times cotangent x. The derivative of secant x is secant x times tangent x. And lastly, the derivative of cotangent x is negative cosecant squared x. So as you can see, there is kind of a similar pattern, especially with cosecant and secant, and in the secant, just like the cosine and sine, whereas the derivative of cosine is negative. Here, the derivative of cosecant is negative. Moving on to our inverse trig derivatives, we are going to start off with the derivative of arc sine. So the derivative of arc sine of u is u prime over square root of 1 minus u squared. Similarly, the derivative of arc cosine is negative u prime over square root of 1 minus u squared. Tangent, arctangent is u prime over 1 plus u squared, and our cotangent is negative u prime over 1 plus u squared. And now for our remaining two, our cosecant of u is negative u over the absolute value of u times the square root of u squared minus 1, and the derivative of arcsecant is u prime over absolute value of u times the square root of u squared minus 1. With the inverse trig derivatives, there are a few of the derivatives that kind of have a pattern. For example, for arcotangent and arctangent, they're the same thing, but one is negative and one is positive. It's the same thing for cosecant and secant. And lastly, the same thing happens with arc sine and arc cosine. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this was helpful. If you make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel to see future videos like these, and leave a comment below if you have any questions.